Hello, my tiny loves. I'm back with another book. This is a book that we read a lot when we were little, and you're gonna be able to tell because this book is falling apart. But the thing that's the most iconic about this book in our family is that Pa had this thing about this Bemidji alligator that he believed existed. I'm not here to debunk anything, but it definitely didn't exist in real life. But he really enjoyed the idea of it. And so he, in part of his obsession with that Bemidji alligator, made a bunch of shirts. So he went through a phase where about all over the place. He went through a phase where he was using puffy paint and making us shirts a lot. And he would use the alligators from this book, and he would trace them onto shirts, and then he would have them be doing different things besides carrying this pie. None of you cared about that, but that's the truth. So somewhere in the realm of the world, there was a bunch of t-shirts that had these alligators on them. But the thing that I think you're going to think is cool about this book is it does actually have math in it, if you think math is cool. It is called Gator Pie, and here is to hoping that I do not break this book. It was withdrawn from the Hennepin County Library. I don't have a date. Gator Pie. By Louise Matthews, pictures by Jenny Bassett. All right. It was in the Hennepin County Library in 1980. That was 8 years before I was born. This is Alvin, and this is Alice. One day, they found a pie on a table near the edge of the swamp. It was a whole pie. It had not been cut. I wonder what kind it is, said Alice. Let's eat it and find out, cried Alvin. Don't grab, said Alice, slapping his paw. I'll cut it first. Look at how she's holding that knife. I would recommend not fighting with her right now. Let's see, said Alice. There are two of us, so we'll need 2 pieces. Then cut it in 2 halves, said Alvin. But before she did, when we're dealing with halves and holes and stuff, do you know what that's called? Fractions. An alligator stomped up with a nasty look in his eye. Give me some pie, he growled. 3 gators, gulped Alice. That means 3 pieces. Cut it in 3 1/3, muttered Al. But before he did, so there's the mean alligator. And then you can see that now the pie is in thirds. But actually wasn't cut because before he did, a new gator came and slithered onto the bench. Eating pie? He asked with a terrible grin. His teeth looked very sharp. I got a striped outfit. Yes, said Alice. That means 4 pieces, Al grunted. Cut 4 1/4. But before she did, so brush the pie up here. We're now in 4ths. Four gators appeared, swaggering like gangsters. Hello, little gators, they said with a sneer. We hear you're giving out pie. Oh, murmured Alice, I guess we are. And she counted their fat, warty tails. "8 gators, 8 pieces, she said to Al. Cut 8 1/8, he grumbled. But before she did, they're all holding out plates. See, there's what a pie would look like cut into 8ths. Splash, splutter, and crash, a ton of gators marched out of the swamp like an army. "We've come to get our pie," they said. Their wet scales flashed like armor in the sun. Alice's teeth went clickety-clack in her snout. "Why, yes, of course," she gasped. "Pie for everyone." There they are. Okay, but for an army, look at how brightly colored their pants are. That is very fancy. In haste, she started counting tails. 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, the gators started to argue. "I bet you a crayfish it's a lemon pie." "I say banana, no pumpkin." "You're wrong, it's pineapple." "You're crazy, it's butterscotch." And they were shouting louder and louder. Oh my goodness, look at how many of them there are. "98, 99, 100, said Alice. "Oh my, 100 pieces," she sighed. "You have to cut 100 100ths, Al groaned, trying to think in all the noise. "Ooh," said Alice, "that will be hard. If they think I can cut the pie unfairly, they'll start an awful fight." That is what the pie looks like cut into 100ths. Do you think that the artist actually drew 100 lines in here? I'm curious. It took a long time to cut the pie into 100 slices. Alice did her best to make each piece the same size. There she is. Man, that's a lot of pressure. Even more pressure than the math. Oh my goodness, cute. There's a teeny tiny bunny right here. Love it. And I've really enjoyed also that this fat bluebird that's been on all the things. So if you, oh my goodness, look cute. This worm and that frog are playing baseball. Okay, I just am now noticing little cute things like that. So you can go back and pause on the pictures and see if you can see more cool things. "Oh dear," Alice whispered when she finished. "The pieces are so tiny." "Too tiny," said Alan. "And what if they're not all the same size?" Suddenly, Alvin jumped up on the table and pointed to the pie. "Pick a piece," he shouted. "We're not sure if they're all the same size." "Don't say that," squeaked Alice in a fright, but Alvin winked at her. What do you think Alvin's plan is? "I'll take this piece," said the smiley gator, sliding his paw toward the pie. "No, you won't," snarled the fattest gator, biting his tail. And the fatter gator reached for a slice, and somebody pulled him down, and soon they were kicking and scratching and snarling and snapping and chomping on tails. That would be very scary, to be in the middle of a bunch of fighting alligators. Oh my stars, look at this adorbs bug. He's trying to run away. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. They're knocking the feathers off people's hats. Okay, I'm getting distracted. 98 growling gators fighting for the biggest slice, and Alvin and Alice held their breaths. Then Alvin nudged Alice. "Now," he cried, "grab the pie." Oh my goodness, look at this rip snorting fight. See. Look, Alice is covering her head. She's her arm around Alvin. There's that. Whoa, that's very intense. And they skittered past the pile of twisting gators and raced off into the swamp. That, my friends, is some very smart thinking. You can see more bugs and turtle down here. All by themselves, they divided the pie, piece by piece, fair and square. They each got 50 slices, exactly 1/2 of the pie. snarfing away. And then again, we're back to 1/2. That was better than 1/8 or 1/4 or even 1/3 of the pie. And it was much, much better than 1/100th, which was just a tiny sliver. Lucky for us, said Alice. It was our favorite kind. Yes, said Elvin. Chocolate marshmallow. There they are. So all of those fractions up there. And that's the book Gator Pie. And I hope you liked it. If you had a pie that you had to share with your family, how many slices would it have to be cut into? If it was just the kids in our family, it would have been 12ths. But if we include our parents, it would have been 14ths. But then of course we have all these other things like food allergies. A bunch of us wouldn't have even been able to eat a chocolate marshmallow pie. Have you ever tried a chocolate marshmallow pie? I haven't. But the best kind of pie, in case we're starting a debate and an argument about this, is pumpkin pie. So you can text me your favorite kind of pie if you want. But I do love you guys very much.